Hi everyone. This video walks through completing Packet Tracer Assignment 2.2.3.3, Troubleshooting VTP and DTP. This Packet Tracer assignment is a part of the Cisco R&S Scaling Networks version 6 curriculum. Now in this lab, hopefully you've already by this point went through the configuring VTP lab for us to be able to share VLANs from one switch to others based off the client, server, and transparent mode, and how each one of those reacts to sharing the actual VLAN information, taking it on for itself, or just passing it on, as well as kind of what ports need to be configured for trunking as well as access mode. So we're going to be troubleshooting this. So the packet tracer assignment is not going to really tell us what's wrong. It's just going to try to give us some hints about what may be wrong. So we're going to go through using our troubleshooting skills. The first thing to do is kind of start with, what it should be. So first, they've got the trunking protocol up here they want you to troubleshoot. Among the switches, you will notice that permanent trunk links are used between the switches. Show interfaces trunk at the privileged exec mode prompt to show the status of each one. So how many of them are configured correctly, and then enter interfaces G01. Show interfaces G01 switch port at the privileged exec mode prompt on S1, which is where you just have the pound symbol. Do the same for G02 on S1. What is the operational mode, and then kind of basically verify that they are in trunking mode. So remember, between switch to switch, we need to be in trunk mode so it carries multiple VLANs. So we're going to do enable. All right, show interface trunk. Okay, and then you'll notice what comes up there. Let's do it for each individual switch. Okay, same thing. Same thing, right? Next, they want you to do a show interfaces G01 switch port. Now, another thing you can do is just show run, okay? And we can see here that on S3, which we've got port G02 that we need to be looking at, it is in access mode. Should not be in access mode, okay? Should be in trunking mode. On S1, G01 and G02 are in access mode, should not be. G02, G01 is in access mode, should not be. So we need to configure them to be trunking ports. So let's go into configuration mode, interface G01. This is on S2. Switch port mode trunk. Okay, that's on G01 on S2. That's the port that connects it to S1. So now let's do S1. Now S1 has two ports that need to be in trunking mode because G01 goes to S2, G02 goes to S3. So interface G01, switch port mode trunk, interface G02, switch port mode trunk. And then S3, configuration mode, interface G02, switch port mode trunk. All right, so once we put those in trunking mode, we're able to move on to the next part. It says troubleshoot VTP. Now, it says S1 will be configured as the VTP server, S2 and S3 will be VTP clients, and will be receiving the VTP updates. Remember, with VTP, if you're a client, you cannot create any VLANs locally for you to use. You have to receive everything from the server. The VTP domain should be CCNA, that is case sensitive, and the VTP password should be Cisco, all lowercase letters. Again, that is case sensitive. Currently, all desired VLANs are configured on S1. So we've already got them there. We just have to make sure this one is in server mode. So do show VTP status. So I need to do a do from where I'm at. And this one's in transparent mode. So that's something we want to change. So VTP mode server. It says my domain name is not set because there's nothing there. So VTP domain CCNA. And then you have to do a separate command to show the password, which is do show VTP password. And it's not configured. So we want to do VTP password Cisco. All on S1. Now let's look at S2. Do show VTP status. It's also in transparent mode. It's got CCNA spelled wrong because it's all lowercase. And then let's do a show VTP password. Oh, sorry, forgot the word do there. Not configured. So VTP mode client, VTP domain CCNA. It has to be in the same domain even as the server, and it must have that password the same. If it doesn't, even though it's a client, it's not going to receive it. So we configured all that on S2. And then S3, show VTP status. It's in transparent mode. It does have the domain name right though, so we don't have to change that. Keep forgetting to type the word do there from configuration mode. And it has Cisco, but it has a capital C, so we need to change that. So we need to do VTP mode client, VTP password, lowercase Cisco. Okay, so we had to change both of those there. All right. Now let's look at if it's sharing it. So on S1, if we do a show VLAN brief, we've got our 10, 20, 30, 99, and 999 there. Let's see if it created that on S2. $10, $20, $30, $99, and $9.99. So awesome, it's working. Let's make sure on S3 it's working. Working, awesome. So they got it. They got their VLANs from switch 1. Now, one thing you do notice is there's no port assignments here for the port. So we do want to change that, especially for S1. Or sorry, for S2 and S3, because we got 3 PCs that they're hooked up to. So it says the switch ports connected to the PCs need to be configured for the right VLANs. Do show VLAN brief, which we just did. So S2 FA01 and S3 FA08 need to be in VLAN 10. Now you can also verify this by doing a show run as well. That kind of shows you the same information. It will show you in a different way what access mode and what VLAN it was set to. Now we don't see anything, so we need to make sure we change that. So interface FA01, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. And I'm just going by our chart here. Now, since we're on switch 2, instead of switching back and forth, I'm going to go ahead and finish it out. So interface FA09, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. interface FA017, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Now, if we do a show VLAN brief, we should see each one of these in their respective VLANs. Okay, now let's go over to switch 3, do the same type of assigning because we don't see anything here, and if you do a show run, you also don't see any assignments here under the individual ports. So interface FA08, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10, interface FA016, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20, interface FA24, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, now if you do again a show VLAN brief, you should see the port assignments there, and again if you do a show run, you will see it there as well for each interface. All right, just a different view. And we got 100 out of 100 at that point. So everything should be working. VLAN to VLAN should be able to ping. You're not able to ping across different VLANs because we don't have any inter VLAN routing set up. Okay, so we should be able to ping from PC 0 over here to PC 5. Let me expand that out. So successful, 1 to 4, successful, and 2 to 3, successful. All right, so that concludes lab assignment 2.2.3.3, troubleshooting VTP and DTP. So the main things to take away is remembering the client, server, or transparent mode, and what is the VTP domain name, password, as well as making sure that it actually does transfer the VLAN information.